Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim who are tuning to these videos. In this video, I wanted to speak about having faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, because the times that we're about to enter are going to be very rocky, and your faith is going to waver if you're not built up in the spirit, if you're not building your house on a hill, so that when the tempest comes, it's not going to be taken down and destroyed. So we're resting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai right now, and we're also proving our works so that our calling and election is assured. But ultimately, it is an ongoing battle until the Yahweh Shai returns. We still have to prophesy, and we still have to see prophecies take place. And the main one that we're seeing starting to creep up is that MOTB. And that is going to be the arrow of temptation that everybody's going to be tried, including us in this ministry who are out there on the highways and hedges. But as we're continuously rehearsing these righteous acts, that's something that you might have to understand, that you have to have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, because there's going to come times where you may not eat for a few days, or you may have to be a pilgrim in the situation that we're about to enter, because we could see that all the people in the world, they're very godless, and they're not going to use wisdom in these times that are about to happen. Speaking about Jacob's trouble, and so that's going to make your living situation very dangerous, and you have to discern in the spirit what move you have to do in those times. But of course, that's where that faith comes in, because you have to have faith that your decision lines up with the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and what you're supposed to be doing. So like right now, we're seeking the Lord 10 times right now while he may be found, so that we make our calling and election sure, and we have that wisdom and knowledge, so that when these times come, we're stable. We're building our house on that hill, so that when the tempests come, we have a chance of salvation. So I'm going to read this here. Is in John 16 verse 33. It says, "These things have I spoken unto you, that in me might have," so it says, "that in me ye might have peace." So when we're in this ministry, you have to put all your burdens, all your problems and your situations onto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and know and understand that that's just part of the straight and narrow. You could read the book of Sirach chapter 2 about coming to serve the Lord. It's going to come with great tribulations, because we're going to be tried and refined, and all these afflictions that we're going to go through are for us to be purged. We're supposed to take that cross that Yahweh Shai took and also walk that way. You know, the servant is not greater than his master. But know and understand that that is actually the best case scenario, because if you compare everybody, well, actually I'll just compare it from the nation of Israel. You got 2/3 that are living their life in luxury right now, and then you have the 1/3 and the hopeful elect who are putting off the world. And we're not chasing after a bag, and all the things that the society is doing, because everything that they're doing is full of folly. But they're not going to be stable in the times to come, because all it takes is the internet to get taken down, and then you're going to have uproars in the streets more so than you already are. But those who rest in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, they're going to have peace, because right now we're building that foundation. That's why we're rehearsing these righteous acts, and we're out there to hone in on the spirit and have that personal relationship with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai more assured. So I'm going to read from the top again. It says, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation." So this is going into like a broad situation, that we're going to have tribulation in the world right now. And continuing on, it says, "But be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." So if we're with Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, it doesn't matter what is going to happen to us. Though we may fall, if we're with Yahweh Shai, we're going to have peace, and we're going to get back up and continue that walk. We're going to continue to carry our cross and that burden and everything that comes with that. We're going to jump all those hurdles. But we're resting with Yahweh Shai right now, so we have peace in the world. And of course, we're going to see tribulation, but that's just part of the battle. Knowing is half the battle. So like, if you know when the thief was going to come, you'd be prepared. We're watching, we're seeing these things come. A prudent man foreseeth the evil, and he hideth himself. And we're hiding ourselves in these scriptures, in this wisdom and knowledge, getting ready for the marriage. So we're going to overcome the world so long as we have that faith and integrity, just as the people of the scriptures of before times had. And we can always go back to those scriptures so that we can build up our faith, so we can see what type of a manner or person we ought to be in these coming times. And so I want to read this also in Matthew 11, verse 28. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Because this gospel is literally the best thing going down here. Because when you hear this, you're baptized, you're cleansed from the wickedness of this world, and then you start getting better at being, a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We're not going to be judged as the 2/3 are, because they're going to fail and not get back up. And ultimately, they're marked because they don't want to hear the message of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Like the scripture about, I keep bringing it up, about the man building his house upon a hill. The other person, they try to build, he didn't see, what it actually took. So the people were laughing at him because he didn't finish building. He didn't really look into what this was all about. And that's when people come walk by our camp, they might see our thing and disregard it. That's them pretty much not building or taking that I should say the word, this shouldn't be a lenient thing. Like, as soon as you hear this thing and know that there's going to be a flood coming, you should be building an ark. You should be building your house upon a hill, looking into it so that you know how to survive in the coming days. That's what would be accounted as a wise person, a person with faith, because he's going to believe in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that these aren't times for rest in a sense of the world. We have to find rest in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And so when we're coming into this ministry, all the labors, all the cares of this world, we could throw that out the window, because the main care is pushing this word. That's the main job of this ministry. And it's not even that grievous of a job. It's actually a light thing. But coming into this ministry, that's that rest, because we know that when all this is said and done, and those who pass these tests, who built their house upon a hill, they're going to rest in the kingdom with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's what's going to separate us from the 2/3, is because we have faith, and we're making our calling and election sure. The 2/3, they're going to continue walking on and being into the folly of this world, looking for rest. Because if you look at the current things that the 2/3 are really into, they're literally just looking for rest, and that's why they're chasing after the bag. They're chasing after other various gods, or trying to get Esau to accept them, is because the ultimate reason why is because they want rest from this current situation that they're in. But ultimately, the only people who are going to get that rest is the hopeful elect, and because they're going to rest in the secret place of the Most High, the place where it matters. Alright, so I'm going to read verse 28 again. It says, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." And that's all that Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is requiring of you. And it's like the scriptures speak about how you're supposed to be going into these scriptures, and constantly eating that daily bread and wanting to elevate. That's not really a hard thing that he asks, but definitely it's a requirement that he's asking you, that you have to be fervent on this thing. You have to have your candle lit. You can't be the napkin. You can't have your talent just collect dust. The Lord asks you specifically, to come into this ministry, push out this word, and get that relationship built up, get your faith built up. You can't just know about this and just sit on it. This is a time of urgency. Because that storm is coming. Alright, so I'm going to read this in Psalms 37, and the point is in verse 7, but I'm going to start at the top. It says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. And that goes to Esau, because he's over here living it up. But ultimately the 2/3, because they have all this time and they're just giving into folly. We're not really supposed to be envious at them, but just know that really, like, if they're driving them expensive cars or living their luxurious life, is because they never put anything into this ministry. They never started building. They never stored their treasures in the kingdom or in the heavens, where moth or rust can't corrupt. So, like, them having the reward down here, that's really a badge of shame. So we're really not supposed to be envious of the works of iniquity. And the Lord will provide what his servants need. Because some of us, will want to have those things because we need those things, like a household, a job that can give you a high-paying situation. But no one understands that this ministry, we're all helping each other, and not everybody's going to have those type of blessings. But the 2/3, pretty much all of them are living good right now, whether it be they got a car or they got the day off on Saturday. They're ultimately not putting any time into this ministry. They see this as a waste of time. They see this as being stupid. This is the foolishness of preaching. But continuing on, verse 2, it says, "For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord, and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart." So, like, we ask upon the Lord on what we need. And, like, you got to remember what King Solomon asked for. He asked for wisdom, because that's the principal thing. We're not out here asking, like, well, I hope and pray that I can get a better car, even though I already have a car. The Lord knows what you need, and you have to ask for things that are suitable for your situation. And then, like, in verse 3, it says, that we're going to be fed, because we're coming into this ministry. Pretty much you have that fear of Yahweh Shai, therefore the angels are going to camp round about you. They're going to make sure that you're going to be sufficient. The Lord's not just going to keep you out here and do away with you. There might be a situation where he'll do certain things to you, but you have to remember what Job went through, because that's just part of the condition of the battle. The thing is, the 2/3 is they're getting that for judgment, for stripes, in a sense. When a situation comes up to us, we know and understand that that's just the spirit, but that we have to go and take that L so that we can learn from it. The L's have to be lessons at the end of the day, something that separates us from the 2/3. But it says, "Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart." And you ultimately want to have faith. That's the desire. The most principal thing: wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, and how you're going to be delivered in these last days. That's the spirit of prophecy, because that's the the important thing. Like, what manner of person ought you to be in all this holy conversation is being about the Lord's work. So verse 5, it says, "Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass, and he shall bring forth thy righteousness and the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Hawashai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass." So if you rest in the Lord, ultimately you're going to get the better deal out of this. You could always just read the scriptures to meditate on those things, about how the kingdom is going to play out, because we're not doing this for nothing. We're doing this for a crown uncorruptible. And I'm going to read this precept right here. Because there's going to be the elect. They're going to take this word and adhere it and apply it. And that's the main thing that I want to speak about, is applying this faith. You can't just be stagnant. The Lord wants you to grow. He doesn't want you to just stay and keep this talent here for nothing. He wants to see that if you really want this salvation or not. And we're making a calling and election sure. So I'm going to read this in Romans 11 verse 4. It says, "But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal." So you can have this precept in your mind whenever things get tough, especially during Jacob's trouble. You want to be counted as one of those of the hopeful elect. So we're not going to lose our integrity, And whatever situation happens, we're going to trust in the Lord and apply these scriptures. And the last precept I want to read here is in Luke 18, verse 6. It says, "And the Lord said, Hear what the unjust judge saith. And shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth?" And so he's going to find faith on the earth. It's just that you have to have that faith built up. You have to build your house upon that hill. So with that, I'd like to give honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh, and Shalom Akim.